Hello everybody, welcome back to Jared Opens a Box here on Jared Takes the L, and I have another big episode for you guys here today, and when I say big, I mean big, because there's not a single Funko Pop in this entire video that is, the normal size. They're all at least 6-inch pops. There's one that's even bigger than that. So this is going to be a really cool episode. I'm really excited about this one. And yeah, I guess we'll just hop right into this. We are, of course, taking a look at some new pops from the Godzilla franchise. The King of the Monsters has had quite the presence here on the channel. Also having a pretty good year himself. He does have, I think there's Godzilla Minus Zero, which is coming out later this year. We finally have a new Godzilla game releasing on consoles later this year, which is insane, and I'm so excited about that. And, of course, we have the new Godzilla and Kong movie that's coming out next year as well. More on that in just a little bit. But I guess let's go ahead and get things started with the King of the Monsters himself. And now the first three pops are actually part of something. I guess this is the sleeping wave, and I mean literally sleeping. This is Sleeping Godzilla with Minilla. I guess Funko saw how successful the Sleeping Godzilla pop was from the New Empire that they just decided they needed to make a whole wave based on the kaiju sleeping. Sure, I guess. At least this does give us a new character, though. We have Minilla, who is, of course, Godzilla's son from the original movies. Fun fact, some of you guys may not have even known that. But that is who this is right here. So this is Pop Movies number 1954. I love the boxes on these ones. Looks like they used the same ones that they used from the 70th anniversary wave. With all the different movie posters in the background. Really cool detail there. Let's go ahead and open this one up and see how it looks. All right. This is going to be a pain to clean up. All these boxes are huge. All right, so here is Sleeping Godzilla with Minilla. This one is pretty fun. This is definitely a bit of a different Godzilla design from what we've normally seen. He has a huge nose, which is something I noticed there. The face shape definitely just a little bit different compared to some of the other Godzilla pops we've seen. So that's definitely a little different. Everything else, though, pretty much the same for Godzilla. But I guess the big thing, or I guess the little thing here, is the addition of Minilla, who's standing on Godzilla's tail, trying his best to look scary. Not much design details really on him, but I guess that kind of makes sense. He doesn't really have much going on anyways. I just think it's really cool that we finally have him as a pop in some form. I also just noticed he is laying on a little pile of rocks here as well, so that's kind of fun. Cool detail there. But yeah, there is Sleeping Godzilla with Minilla. Not much else to really say about this one. I do think it's random, but it's still fun. They did a good job with what they decided to do here with this wave. All right, moving on to our next one. We have none other than Sleeping King Ghidorah. So, yes, if you're keeping track now, we've had a Mecha King Ghidorah. Now we have Sleeping King Ghidorah. We still technically have not had a normal King Ghidorah pop. So, really, really weird. I don't know why that's the case. But this is nonetheless Pop Movies number 1953. There is the side of the box, back of the box, and the other side. I'm pretty sure all the pops in this video have the same box, so I won't have to worry about that. All right. So, of course, just like Sleeping Godzilla, we do have King Ghidorah here taking a nice little snooze. As you can see, they did a really fun thing here. Two of his heads are down here. The other one appears to be yawning, which is really funny. I do like that detail. Really like the gold on this one. A lot of really nice gold, which is of course based on those old Toho movies where he is predominantly, well actually he was more of a yellowish, but he is more known I guess for the golden look that he would develop over time. Honestly, really, really cool figure. I do like this one. They got the details. It's actually really crazy how many details they were able to squeeze in here. And as you can see, they even included the other half, or the other wing, at the bottom of the figure too. So Funko, again, with the Godzilla waves, they usually tend to prove that when they put a lot of effort into something, it comes out really, really great. And this is just another example of that. It really hasn't been a bad Godzilla wave because of that reason, because of how much detail and stuff that they put into these things. Oh, it's actually quite sharp too. He's got on the tail and the toes and stuff especially. But there's Sleeping King Ghidorah. That's a really cool figure. I'm a big fan of that one. All right, moving on to our last common release. The other two are actually exclusives. We have Sleeping SpaceGodzilla. So, if you're keeping track of this one, just like with King Ghidorah, we had the Funko Shop exclusive SpaceGodzilla from last year. That was part of that retro futurism wave, which had the different colors and stuff. And now we have Sleeping SpaceGodzilla. And there's also going to be this month a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive SpaceGodzilla that also has different colors. So we have yet to have a normal SpaceGodzilla pop. I have to imagine maybe that's like a Toho thing and not a Funko thing, because that is kind of random. But nonetheless, Sleeping SpaceGodzilla, at least we do have a pop that has the normal colors with it, since the other two have different colorways or whatever they call it. This is Pop Movies number 1955. There is the box for that one. And SpaceGodzilla, of course, has been getting a lot of attention recently, a lot of rumors, a lot of possibilities that he might be featured as the main antagonist in the Godzilla and Kong movie next year, which is why I said that was going to be coming up. It's called Supernova. It has something to do with cosmic threats. I mean, it's kind of right there, you know. He's pretty much the only like major, other than Ghidorah, of course, but Ghidorah's long gone at this point in the MonsterVerse, so it's got to be him, you know. I would love to see Destoroyah in the MonsterVerse, but I think we might have to wait a little bit longer. So here is Sleeping SpaceGodzilla. This one's really funny. I never really imagined that a creature like SpaceGodzilla would really have to sleep, considering the fact he's, you know, an extraterrestrial being that is made from Godzilla's DNA and Biolante's, what is it, I guess it's both of their DNAs, I guess. It's like a combination of the two that creates SpaceGodzilla. Love the details on this one, though, for what it's worth. Other than just the fact that he's sleeping, they did have, of course, this yellow piece right here. You have the crystals, the space crystals on both shoulders there, which is awesome. Love the details on that. And, of course, some more crystals and stuff all over. And I love that dark blue design of this. Oh, and, of course, there's the red as well, which they did include on the bottom of the figure. So again, this is really, really cool. I like this figure. I do hope that we get some sort of normal SpaceGodzilla figure in the future. But for now, I'm okay with this. I think this is really cool, and I'm happy that we have something. All right, now on to the exclusives. And do you remember when I said, gosh, maybe like 5 minutes ago, that we didn't have a normal King Ghidorah pop. We just had the sleeping one and Mecha King Ghidorah. Well, do I have something to tell you? Because we actually do have a normal King Ghidorah pop. I was just misleading all of you, I guess. But this is the GameStop exclusive one. We did finally get a normal one. Pop Movies number 1937. Of course, the box, like I said, is the same. So let's go ahead and open this one up. All right. This one is also humongous. All right, so here is King Ghidorah, and I must say, I believe the colors are actually a little different between the sleeping one and the exclusive one. Just a little bit of a darker shade on the exclusive here. The other big thing, of course, is that, well, one, it's not sleeping, and two, it also has the electricity coming out of each mouth, which is really cool. I think, you had to do at least a little bit of something to differentiate this from Mecha King Ghidorah, because it does look like a similar mold, overall. Of course, you see the two tails here, the wings and all of their glory. And overall, this is, again, a really cool figure, and we finally have King Ghidorah, which means we now have pops of all of the basically all of the main original kaiju. The only one who hasn't had a normal pop technically is Mothra, because all that she got was a Blacklight exclusive, and as well as being in that movie poster pop, but hasn't gotten anything other than that. So hopefully Mothra will join these other guys here soon. But as for King Ghidorah, this one is really cool. I don't really have much else to say since I already kind of talked about it with the sleeping one, but I just had to get this one because we actually have a normal King Ghidorah pop, and I think this one is so freaking cool. All the details and everything. I forget that Ghidorah also doesn't have any arms or anything. So I guess, yeah, because it's like, doesn't it look kind of silly, not having them there. Whereas like the other ones like Godzilla and all them do, Rodan, of course. But Ghidorah doesn't need it because Ghidorah is insanely powerful and is easily one of Godzilla's greatest rivals. So such a cool pop. Love the little electricities and everything. Really cool pop. Now let's move on to our last one here. This one, guys, is really, really cool. Also a GameStop exclusive. I'll just show it to you. It's so cool. We have Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla. This one is so cool. It's actually a pop moment, which I don't believe Godzilla's ever had one of these before, and it's number 2001, I'm assuming, of the movies line. And again, the box is the same as the other one, so let's go ahead and open this one up. Been really excited to open this one. All right. Oh, jeez. Everything's flying out of the box. Come on. There we go. All right, so here is the Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla pop. This is awesome. I will say, like, this part right here is a little, you can definitely tell it's plastic, that's for sure. But that's fine. That's not the main feature here. The main feature is that we have awesome looking Godzilla and Mechagodzilla pops standing here, shooting their heat rays at one another and creating that little mix there, which looks absolutely beautiful. I think they did a really good job with that. The first heat ray pops, I think, where you don't have to actually remove, like, you actually don't have to put it in yourself, which I think is really, which is nice. Mechagodzilla has so many great details there. Definitely, this is based, I think, more so on his original appearance, or no, maybe like the second one. This is the second Mechagodzilla, I'm pretty sure, because they already made one of the original as an Entertainment Earth one with the 70th anniversary. So this one's just a little bit of a more modernized version of it, which looks really, really cool. And then there is Godzilla right there in all of his glory. Also really, really well detailed. This one looks a lot more like Godzilla than the sleeping one did. But yeah, this one is absolutely sick. I love this detail on each figure, and they just did an absolutely amazing job with this one. I'm definitely going to give this wave a 10 out of 10. They're all really, really cool figures. I think they absolutely nailed the designs on all of them. But I'll go through them one more time here, and I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts as well. So we have Sleeping Godzilla with Minilla. We have Sleeping King Ghidorah. We have Sleeping SpaceGodzilla. We have King Ghidorah, the other one. And then we have, of course, the Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla pop moment. So let me know down below, guys, which of these are your favorites, and also let me know why it's this one. Yeah, that's gonna do it for today, guys. When we come back in 2 weeks, we have another great, exciting episode, because we're gonna be taking a look at some pops from Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted 2. And that one also is 4 pops and 2 exclusives. So that one's going to be really, really fun. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I somehow forgot my outro there. And thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you all in the next one. Peace out, everybody.